No, I'm busy tonight, actually.
Hello, and welcome, one and all, except for my ex-mother-in-law, to the Jerry Hot Pants Club podcast. I am Pete.
I'm Chris.
Skibbity-dee-dee-do, skibbity-do, Yusuf, yo.
And Helix is looking at him like, give me a piece of that meat.
Oh, shit. What's up, homie?
He's shaking his tail. Give me some of that good halal meat.
Yeah. What's the Band-Aid on your hand for?
I was in a rush. I had to be to work, and there was some frozen chicken patties I had. I was trying to separate them with the fucking knife, and I stabbed myself in the hand.
Not good.
Not good. So
I was expecting a much more grandiose story.
No, so yeah.
It is Wednesday, September 7th, National Acorn Squash Day. If you eat that, you should be removed from the country.
Kill yourself.
National Beer Lovers Day.
Yum.
National Grandma Moses Day.
Grandma Moses. I remember her. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She provide much comfort.
National Grateful Patient Day. I've never been a grateful patient. National Neither Snow Nor Rain Day. In September.
Stupid.
National Go fuck yourself. National, this is going to be my favorite, Salami Day.
Salami.
I fucking love salami. Not in reference to penis.
I knew you
were going to go there. Be quiet.
Hard or Genoa?
Genoa. It's a business we've chosen, Michael.
All right.
So.
Oddly, I always knew you liked salami.
Oddly, I always knew you should shut the fuck up.
Dude, we're in Bay City. It's like
salami
sausage
Central.
capital of Michigan almost.
This is where you come. That's why I'm here, baby. Love that salami from Bay City.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Ding.
You just worry about entertaining yourself, don't you? That's it. I mean, you get such a kick out of yourself when you do your dumb little fucking shit. You smile like somebody who just fucking, robbed a bank and got away with it. You're like, yeah, I got this motherfucker. Yeah.
Like somebody who stole your money is helping you look for it.
Oh, thanks, Denny. Okay,
I don't know where it could be. Let's look.
All right, I want to share a little thing with you guys. You saw the video I posted this morning, right?
Maybe what? Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give a shout out to McLean truck drivers. Go fuck yourselves. You know what bagging boxes are, right, Yusef?
Bagging boxes?
For soda pop for the fountain dispenser.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So he had a stack of them this fucking high. Okay, no, this high. The 5-gallon boxes. Okay, he put a case of water on top of that, and he stacked it behind my cigarette rack at work. Now, it's teetering, but I don't see it, and I happen to just come over on the other side of the counter, and the thing fucking collapsed, and it knocked the cigarette rack completely over. And if I wouldn't have been standing there, it would have fucking crushed and killed Stephanie.
Oh, my God. That shit's heavy, too.
Dude, it was...
The bags?
Yeah.
They break my back.
It fucking... So, then the truck driver comes in, and he's like, oh, my bad. Listen, fuck nut. I mean, first off, you're delivering in Bermuda shorts? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Is it a new driver, by chance?
We never have the same guys. We never have the same guys. Ever.
I used to have all the same guys, and now they're just interchangeable every week.
Yeah, because now I'm trying to be patient because I'm aware they have a shortage in workers there. Like we get deliveries days late because they don't have money to deliver. But if you do work for them and you figure I'm going to stack the heaviest shit as high as I can on one fucking stack and lean it against something, you are fucking dumb. And you damn near killed me and somebody else yesterday. So thank you for being a cocksucker. Now, on to today's topic. Being that I'm older than you guys, I can remember there was my life before and after video games.
Mm-hmm.
The very first console that I owned in my home was a Nintendo. Now, my parents had an Atari that collected dust. And by the time I was old enough to realize what it was, I had no games for it. Like, why do you have this and no games? And my dad was like, oh. And it just sat there. So, for an entire summer, I was like, I want a Nintendo. I want a Nintendo. I want a Nintendo. I want a Nintendo.
How about we take a step back real quick? We're going to talk about video games today.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, we're going to talk about video games and pretty much like our childhood with the consoles and the video games.
So what was your first console?
My older brother had a Nintendo, of which I didn't play much on. And when I got to Lebanon, my first system was the Atari.
What did you play on the Atari?
The Atari of my youth had preloaded games on it. There was games that aren't really famous. A lot of it was soccer. Actually, it did have Street Fighter on it.
Ooh.
There was Street Fighter on that.
The original, right?
Yeah. Get your dick hard to that. So that was cool.
What was your first console?
I had an Atari, but I don't remember playing it much.
Yeah.
But the original Nintendo was the one that I remember playing mostly as a kid.
I think we played hockey on that a lot.
What was the game that you played the most on the original Nintendo?
Contra.
Yes.
Maybe. I mean, I had the Mario track and field duck hunt.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Duck Hunt. Fuck that game. Fuck that dog.
That fucking dog.
Fuck that dog.
Listen, the very first time I ever got grounded was my dad was sleeping on his couch with his back to the TV, and I got right up on the TV with that fucking gun. I know I hit that duck. I know I hit that fucking duck, and nope. And the dog started laughing at me. I was like 9. I was like, fuck you. And I put my finger up to the TV, and my dad rolled over. He's like, well, you're grounded. Very first time I ever got grounded was because of fucking duck hunt.
That fucking dog is the reason he's the reason for all of my trauma.
Somebody, I don't know if this is true or not, but I think I saw somewhere on the internets that you could use the controller to control the duck or the dog, one or the other.
I don't. That's it. I'm going to shut down if you tell me shit. I'm going to shut down.
Do you want me to research that real quick? I'm going to research that real quick.
Okay.
Regular Nintendo was the shit, though, because it had, Mario was really cool, but then Zelda and Metroid were, and I think, were there some Final Fantasies for that, too? But I don't remember. I don't remember playing Final Fantasy.
I remember
on that.
Zelda was, oh my God, sexy as fuck back then.
Yeah, Zelda and Metroid were the shit.
But I know that whatchamacallit, we had the pad. There was this pad that like you got to play this Olympic thing, and you just you jog in place and you get to jump over the logs. That's what it is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember having that, bro. That fucking kept me entertained for a while. And then the fucking duck hunting shit, bro. I'd play that for a little bit and have to get off because
it turns out that while player 1 takes control of the zapper and shoots the ducks, someone can plug in a second controller and take control of the ducks.
Really?
It's fucking horse shit.
Dude, he's mad. He's getting red over there.
Dude, to get nowadays, like, if there's games you want to play, like, you go on the internet and there's straight, like, video walkthroughs for everything, right? And you can get all the cheat. Dude, back then, to get, like, cheats or, like, codes or Easter eggs, like, it had to be, like, they were secret, bro. They were the only way they got mass released were if you caught some TV show that had video games on it, or the magazines.
The magazines, or you were connected to some nerds.
Nintendo Power. I had a subscription to that.
Yeah, I did too. And then there was
what was that?
Game Informer, games, something like that.
What was that cartoon? Captain N. Remember this?
Oh my God! Yes, he had the setup on his wrist.
No, he had the controller on his belt.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and it was like the Metroid was the bad guy, and he was playing with fucking Kid Icarus and fuck if I can't remember them all. Dude, Captain N and the something of power or some shit. I don't remember.
I'll have to look that up.
Like that was just a half-hour commercial for video games. That's all it was.
Yeah.
When you look at it now, like a lot of those things are just commercials for toys, like the Transformers cartoons and He-Man cartoons. But anyway, so they quickly started evolving consoles.
Well, Genesis at the same time had Sonic and
oh fuck yeah,
some different games. They were a little bit different they felt a little bit different than Nintendo. Nintendo felt a little more well done. Genesis felt like it was trying to catch up.
Yeah, like they were rushed a little bit.
I liked the Genesis. The Genesis felt like more cartoony, maybe.
Some things did, and other things felt like
Mortal Kombat was legit on that.
some things felt a little more morbid. Like they had Splatterhouse, which was like that game where the mask that looked like the Jason mask would take you over, and you got to like go through the house and rescue your wife with like chopping heads off with fucking knives and shit. And then
shit,
they had Mutant League Football. Does anybody remember this game?
Yeah.
That game was the whoopity whoopie. You tackled them just right, their body exploded. It was the fucking shit, bro.
Oh yeah, the football games were all the shit. Madden.
Yeah, on Sega, ABC. You know, it was just oof. Gives me chills thinking about
You
it.
guys remember though, like the one thing, like, is that wild that this stays with all of us? The Contra fucking code, up, down,
up, down, left, right, B or A B, select,
How
start.
the fuck is that one thing that remains in our brain?
Because when we were kids, we had to write it down, right? Because somebody told it to you on the sly, and then you had to sit there and memorize it so you could do it super fast to get those lives, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
30 lives.
30 lives.
30 lives.
30 lives.
He remembers.
How do you forget?
Oh man.
How do you forget? That's like a formative part of our youth right there, bro. Bruh.
I have a lot
Bruh.
of things I gotta toss out to make room for new shit.
So they evolved quickly into the 16-bit systems, and Genesis is one of those. Super Nintendo. Now you were talking about Mario 3.
Yeah, Mario 3's
Was that on
Is that
regular Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
That
No,
was
it was on Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
was-
you're right.
It was highly anticipated because Mario 1 was amazing. Everyone was like, holy shit, this is great.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then Mario 2
was
sucked.
trash.
It was too. If you watch, there's a documentary about Mario 3. I think it's on YouTube. But Mario, they released two different versions, and the American version, they released the Japanese version that was cool, but the American version was too hard, and the Americans couldn't do it, and so no one liked Mario 2.
No, dude. Mario Brothers was regular Nintendo.
Mario Brothers 3. Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because
Super Mario comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Super
Super
Mario
Mario.
Brothers. Yeah. And that's when you have like Yoshi and shit.
yeah,
Yeah. So Mario 3 was highly anticipated. Highly anticipated. Everybody wanted it to be great, and it was. And they worked to the bone to get that game out.
yeah, and the best part about like the third one, right? Like
Was the raccoon suit.
yes,
Oh my god, yes,
the
to fly and
raccoon
shit.
suit, dude. They like games started evolving quickly. You got to Super Nintendo, and like Nintendo was always just kind of they were ahead of the game. Like they had Star Fox that had those chips. We were talking about that last night.
Mm-hmm.
You got Contra 3, the Alien Wars, one of the greatest fucking games for that console. F-Zero, one of the first racing games on that console, was just, I don't know. I'll play that all fucking day right now.
Yeah, and but Mario, Metroid, and Zelda are always there, dude.
Super Metroid.
Always there to come out with. You were like highly anticipated. When those games would come out, there'd be lines for them.
Yep, there still is.
You'd have to pre-order and shit. And,
Zelda's still making money, so is Metroid.
right.
Right?
Dude, Super Metroid. I can remember a good 2 weekends in a row, just like not leaving my house, getting my Mountain Dew and my fucking snacks, and just like plugged into that fucking thing.
Is Mega Man Super Nintendo?
Ooh, Mega Man.
Mega Man was Nintendo, then Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and Game Boy. Game Boy was a shit too.
And I never had. That's one thing I never had was a Game Boy.
I had a Game Boy, bro. That shit. Oh.
And it's what was Genesis's handheld?
Game Gear.
Game Gear.
Game
Yeah.
Gear. That
It
was
took
the shit.
It took batteries. It
Yeah.
took 6 AA's.
Yeah, and it wore them the fuck out the more you sat there and played them.
Color.
That
Game
had
Boy took
Sonic
4.
on it.
Dude, there was a game for the Super Nintendo called Chrono Trigger. Anybody remember this?
Yes,
And that game, isn't that famously like hard to find and still expensive?
maybe. Yeah,
Like-
Final Fantasy 3 was when I started playing.
Yeah.
playing games.
RPG. Yep.
Yeah. I liked
Nerd!
for was it 64? Yeah, then 64 comes out. What was
Banjo
I used to play
Kazooie.
dude WCW Revenge. Me and my buddy played WCW Revenge high as shit for like months. And then there was I don't remember which Nintendo it was for, but there was a game called Uniracers where you're just a unicycle and you race and do
Yeah.
these tricks, bro. And we were
Yeah.
dude, I was up till like 6 a.m. smoking lots of weed. And like my parents were like came downstairs like, what are you still doing awake? I'm like, I don't know, I'm playing this game.
Yeah, you can't. Dude, a good game. There was a game called Flashback, The Quest for Identity. Anybody remember this?
Mm-mm.
It was weird graphics. I can't describe it. It had a different emulator or whatever it's called that was running the game, and it was groundbreaking graphics. And just like kind of a puzzle game. First, it wasn't really a first person shooter because it was side scrolling.
Yeah,
but I don't know, you get like taken out to this other world planet. You got to fight aliens, and it's like a detective story kind of thing, and you got to fight to get your memory back. And I don't know, it's just a super cool game, and I can remember weekends upon weekends playing that game, trying to figure it out. I never beat it until
there were games that were supposed to be super hard, and if you beat them, you won like $10,000.
Yeah, I never. Yeah,
those games you'd get like 3 lives, and like they were hard as shit. Like you had to
until they got Game Genie.
Yeah, Game Genies were fun. Get infinite lives and shit.
So what's one turning point you think in the evolution of games, video games and home console? I think one is a stretch to all platforms, including PC, right? And that would be the first person shooter.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they had the PC definitely started to make moves, of which I believe the console then had to catch up because the PC is now doing it. Not a lot of people.
PC's only recently taken over console.
Yeah, but I think
Just
you had the
5
chance to do it because they had like some fighter jet games on there, bro, that were real deal. You could buy the controller for the joystick.
Yeah, nobody had money to play that shit.
Yeah, that's
They had Counter-Strike and Quake were revolutionary for first-person shooters. It was the first time you'd have LAN parties and you'd have in-person like
Quake was the shit.
in-person tournaments, right?
Yep.
So Quake and Counter-Strike were games like that. That was when that kind of started, and then you had people going online and making virtual LANs and playing over the internet. When the first Xbox came out, they had Xbox Connect, and that was before Xbox Live. So that's when the internet takes over. But I think really revolutionary was probably the first Nintendo. That's a turning point. And then I think when PlayStation comes out, because all of a sudden everything seems like faster, everything's like better. And PlayStation comes out in 94, N64 comes out in 96. So PlayStation came out, and it felt like Nintendo had to catch up to Sony, and Genesis was like, what the fuck's going on? Genesis, you can't buy a Genesis now, right? They don't make, they only make games now.
Yeah.
They folded making consoles and systems and shit.
And they just make games straight for Nintendo, I think. I think Nintendo... No, they might make for other systems, but
well, I can play anything on my PC now. PC's taken over consoles. Consoles are better for the money because of economies of scale. You can buy the system that for $500 is amazing for $500, but anything that's like exclusive to console only I can play on my PC. It's bullshit. You can play all those games on your PC now,
and that's too much for me. I don't like the. I prefer, but now you can have controllers for fucking PCs, correct?
Yeah, I got an Xbox controller hooked up to it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I go back to like some of the first person shooters for Sega.
Yep,
was the first one before Doom was a game called Zero Tolerance, and then it was They put Wolfenstein out because first person shooters started on PCs.
Yeah.
And that's where Doom really started taking off, and I think that's what pushed the PC movement was Doom.
Yeah,
Doom
I remember
and Diablo.
Yeah.
I remember playing them on PC when they were like very like slow frame rates, really grainy, really shitty. You know what I mean? And it was like, but at the time you were like, "This is fucking cool." It's like I'm in the fucking world.
I swear to God, I can't stand when I remember that. I'm like, bro, why was it so amazing back then? But now I fucking piss on it.
Yeah, yeah, and it was supposed to be realistic, right? That's the thing. Like, I mean, I get like Doom had like unrealistic weapons, but like Wolfenstein was realistic weapons, and it kind of was supposed to put you in that scenario, right? You're supposed to feel like you were in that world. That's what first person, right? You're first person.
Exactly, yeah.
It's you. And that all really takes a turn when Halo comes out.
Hold on, we're skipping GoldenEye.
Oh man.
That was that.
So
GoldenEye was amazing. We played that game every day for years.
I mean, into my mid-20s still. Like, there's only one guy who ever beat me at GoldenEye. His name's Chris Laudenslager. I think he's tuned in a few times, so Chris, go fuck yourself. But everybody else, no, he knows, like, fuck him. But anyway, Nobody
wishing bad things upon you today, bud.
almost got killed by an entire cigarette rack. I think I'm doing okay. So I'm sorry. Let me, Chris, I love you. Thank you for
Newport's going to get you one way or another.
Yeah, brother, they're coming
for your life.
So, that game was just, dude, you could.
There was so many options.
Yes.
There was tons of characters,
They didn't
tons of
have that
weapons,
before.
tons of levels.
They didn't have that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was a little less grainy, shitty graphics. Like, it was better.
And also, you had the opportunity to be either the good guy or the villains.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
thought that was legit.
And then they tried to make competition for it, and none of the games could be better.
Yeah.
They tried to make games that were better than GoldenEye, and everyone failed for years and years and years. They couldn't make anything better.
Dude, I want to go home right now and order 64 with just that game.
Dude, you can go order
emulators,
yeah,
bro.
you can order Super Nintendo with all the games.
Yeah.
All the games from the first Atari games up through PlayStation, Sega, and all the Nintendos.
I've got this thing that hooks to my TV. It's just on a USB, and
Yeah.
it's a bunch of old games, but it's in
Yeah.
the titles are all written in like Chinese, so you gotta fucking scroll through the thousands to get to what you're looking for. Like, I was playing Super Metroid about a month ago, and
Yeah.
I got wrapped right into it, and I was there for hours and hours and hours. Fucking Mega Man too.
I do like to play the older, easier concept games, because now everything's first-person shooters, right? And it's very, very complicated. And if you don't play the game for a number of weeks and know the levels and the weapons and all the little ins and outs, like there's like a learning curve. Otherwise, you're going to get on there and get blasted by a bunch of 12-year-olds who are going to tell you all about it, bro.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, when I play video games, like, I want to win, and I did win, and I know how much time I put in to be good at those games, and I'm not willing to sit down and take that time to learn the games anymore. So I would rather play a Mega Man, or even, dude, the new Pac-Man 365 or 360, whatever it is, dude. He's got a laser. It's fucking sweet.
Wait, what?
There's a new Pac-Man. Yeah,
Fuck.
oh, it's badass, dude. They got it at the arcade. I got it on like 2 different things here. It's sweet. You got a laser, you get a tornado, and then you're like going up, and it's like it's almost scrolling, and this thing will catch you if you don't move fast enough. It's not just about the ghost, but it's sweet. It's on your phones too. You can get it on your phone.
I'm gonna. I just
Play everything on your phones now.
fuck the episode
Ridiculous.
later. That's what I'm doing. So my next question would be then. So Halo was around the time.
2001.
Yeah, first Xbox.
It was released with the first Xbox.
Right, when you bought it, it came with it. The
It
first
came was that day.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
dude.
Yeah, so we played that game every day for years.
Yeah.
Years and years and years. Me and my buddies played into tournaments. We played online before there was Xbox Live through a thing called Xbox Connect. It's actually where this tattoo I'll pray for you comes from. And there was a lot of different shit that we did, but we played that game religiously. We played one time for a whole summer, and one time I was like, hey guys, y'all want to go to a party? There's some chicks there, blah, blah, blah. And everybody just looked at me like, what? You want to leave? And I was like, yeah. I was like, let's go to this. And dude, I swear to God, when we walked out of the house, everyone, instead of just beelining it to the cars, everybody like stuck tight to the walls and was like in the shadows and shit. And I was like walking out, and I was witnessing, and I watched everybody like stick tight to the walls instead of walking in an open space. I was like, these motherfuckers are trained killers now.
Oh my God. That's perfect. There was a game for the first Xbox, Ninja Gaiden. You remember that one?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, my
that
God.
game, dude. Hours, probably 3 straight weeks of like beating that game
Yeah,
every other day, and then just trying to do it better and faster every time. You know, like
yeah.
The Xbox for me, I played Unreal Championship and Mad Max.
Mad Max. Wait,
Mad Max?
no.
Or no. Something, it's not Mad Max. It's, what the hell, bro? It's the guy whose family gets killed.
Batman.
Payne? Something Payne?
Max Payne.
Max Payne.
Oh, I remember that
Max Payne
shit.
had like 2 games, I think. That shit
Oh,
was
and it
legit.
could go into bullet time.
Yep.
Yes!
Yeah, you could slow down time. Yeah, now a lot of
my
games
life.
have that.
Yeah, it's dude. So
There's been a lot of cool games that like you played like, oh, this is really cool for like 3-4 months, and you kind of beat it and do everything, and maybe you don't ever really finish it, but you could go finish it if you wanted to. I've had a number of games like that, dude.
I wish if I could just sit down and fucking dedicate my time to some games like that right now. I'm trying to make that a priority for myself now, so I can turn off my brain.
I cannot sit down and play video games for more than 15 minutes. Until recently, I played that new Elden. That was sweet.
Really? I have that still in the wrapper.
Game too?
What?
Didn't you get that cat game too?
Stray cat
I have
game?
Stray. I have Stray.
You're a fucking weirdo, bro. I don't even have
it?
that shit.
You want to play it, don't you?
I kind of do now.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
now.
You want to be a kitty?
Yeah.
Oh my god, man, dude! There was Star Wars Battlefront for the PS2. Do you remember that?
I mean, all the Star Wars games are pretty cool for just because they're like, it's built to be cool. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? It's like Star Wars.
It's fucking Star Wars.
That game, but that game had like the. It was basically just like I can't remember what it was called. You would pick a character when you weren't doing a campaign. You would just pick towns like Mos Eisley or whatever. You'd go in there and just fuck shit up. You could pick General Grievous. You could pick Han Solo, which everybody's like, "Oh, Han's a cool guy." No, not when he's just pew pew pew, right? And here comes some fucking dark Lord of the Sith and just chops your fucking nuts off. So, disc consoles started progressing quickly. Once Microsoft entered the game, Nintendo's like, all right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We got PS1.
Well, they tried GameCube.
Yeah, and that was a disaster.
Because I got Xbox on release day and I got GameCube on release day. And I'll tell my Xbox story real quick because I told it before the show. Xbox One came out November 15th, 2001. And that's the start of deer season in Michigan. And gun season. And
guns.
so we're waiting in line for a midnight release, right? It's first come, first serve, and we're in this mire, and we're fucking waiting in the line. And if you've been to a mire, a lot of times video games are next to sporting goods.
Yep.
And we're in a line, and these people in camouflage would come in, and they were going to get their deer tags, right? And they saw a line next to guns and ammo, and they just figured, because it was like going down the main aisle, they figured we were in line for deer tags. And and we figured it out, too, that these people were coming to get deer tags. So when they would jump in line, we stopped telling them that it was the line for the Xbox. And we just see how long, and we were, we're little video game assholes. And we would just wait to see how long it would take for them to realize the line's not moving until midnight, and we're not waiting for deer tags. And eventually they'd be like, is this the line for deer tags? We'd be like, and we'd tell them once they would ask. We'd be like, no, man, this is for the line for the Xbox. They'd be like, what the hell is an Xbox? And our story was we didn't know, but Bill Gates was putting it out and we wanted one. And they'd be like, what the hell? And then they'd fucking go to sporting goods and get their fucking deer license and be out.
Fucking dick nuggets.
Right?
Dude.
Assholes.
So I got the last console that I owned was the 360.
Yeah.
My parents were nice enough. They got it for me for Christmas, but it didn't have a hard drive on it. So I had to buy an external hard drive for it. It came with one controller, so I had to get another controller. I had to get the headset, all that shit.
God damn, when did the 360 come out?
This is late 2000s, early
maybe?
2008?
2007, 8, somewhere in there.
I know
The greatest game on that console was Left 4 Dead. It was basically Call of Duty, but with zombies.
had to have been 2005 because the
No,
Wii came
it was
out
before.
2005, right? 7?
2005.
Oh, the
November
360.
360,
Okay.
November 22nd, 2005.
I also had a Wii too, I should say. Well, my wife wanted that for Christmas one year. We got her a Wii, and
Yes, people. Pete was married once upon a time. He shared his life with somebody else besides just himself.
That poor woman.
Poor lady. Ding.
that's right, because you two are fucking just
Prizes.
Prizes.
Yes.
I'm a saint, baby. I'm almost eligible for sainthood. Thank you very much.
Do you guys even believe in that? Shut the fuck up. Okay, so I love you. The Wii was revolutionary in the sense that people would get off their fat asses and try to be cool.
They try to change the game. That Wii bowling and the boxing
Yeah.
seem cool. And then, dude, have you ever watched the videos of broken TVs playing the bowling?
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
reactions where they're fucking bowling. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Broke my fucking TV.
But I mean, that's operator error. That's user error. That's not on the fucking Nintendo. I'm sorry.
Right?
They put the fucking thing on there to put around your wrist.
Right?
Yeah,
If you were that uncomfortable with it, like, go fuck yourself. I always put that fucker on because I am not ruining a TV over, and then,
I just didn't want to wreck the fucking nunchucks. Like, that shit was expensive.
Yeah. But I mean, it was super cool to. I had always bowl 300 games, then I go bowl in real life and get a 12.
Sounds about right.
Fucking A, man. But you'd have parties, right? You go over to people's houses.
Oh, for sure.
And you're all drinking fucking White Russians. And
the fuck is that? Sounds like a pussy drink.
It's a drink.
It's a drink.
It's a drink. Sounds like a pussy drink. A White Russian.
What do you think's in it?
Sounds like milk and vodka. What's in it?
I've never had one. I wouldn't order that communist shit. Get the fuck out of here, Pete.
Yeah, you said Russian. I'm out.
You fucking loser pieces
Why
of
don't you go
shit.
cut
I've
off
never
oil to
seen the
Europe
Big
while you're at
Lebowski.
it? Go cut off oil while you're at it. To Europe. Fucking commie.
You voted for Biden.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he did. Ladies and
You
gentlemen, he
did.
voted for Biden. He absolutely
Never.
voted.
Judgment.
He did. He absolutely voted for Biden, and he sucked Kamala Harris's dick.
I voted for Kanye.
So, hey,
Shit, she gonna give me a job?
you are
That's
no longer allowed to ever
Comedy
mention
candy.
anything about the Big Lebowski to me ever again. You are fucking removed from the list. Number one. Number two, if you continue your light but obnoxious trolling of me, like publicly or anywhere else, this is a callback to yesterday's episode, right? If you continue that shit, I will take a cheese grater to your ball sack. Cut the shit, Yusef. You are an unpaid intern for a reason. You want money? Grow up. White Russians are no fucking joke. I dare you to drink 3 of them.
I can't drink any of them anymore, so...
That's
in
right,
your
so
face.
shut the fuck up. Christopher.
Yes, Peter.
I'm sorry. You voted for Biden. So, Xbox 360, that's where we stopped.
More Halo.
Oh.
So Halo 1 was great. Halo 2 was fucking phenomenal, but you could hack it. And it ruined it because you would go on there and people would have a fucking machine gun that would shoot out tanks. Like literally you'd go there and it'd be like, and it'd shoot rather than bullets. The fucking tank would come out and you get splattered by tanks and they couldn't stop it. And it kind of ruined it for everyone. But we had we had Halo 2 early, so the French version leaked early. You had to have a modded Xbox, and we got Halo 2 early, and we were playing this French version for like 3 months. So when it came out, on Xbox Live, we knew all the maps and fucking weapons and shit, and we were like we were all in the top like 10 leaderboards across the country.
That makes sense.
It was fun, man.
I'm actually proud of you.
You know what makes sense? You shutting up for the rest of the episode.
Don't do it.
Oh, Yusef.
So video games have kind of... Computer had a moment 10, 15 years ago where it could have been better, and it just didn't pan out for the computer. And the consoles were more revolutionary. But just in the last couple of years, computer has officially gotten better than the consoles.
Yeah, that's what everyone keeps telling me.
I can play all your console games on my PC. And my PC is fucking 10 times faster than your Xbox, but it's also 10 times more expensive, literally. Your $500 console, my $5,000 gaming PC,
Yeah.
it's literally 10 times faster, but it's 10 times more expensive, too.
Or you have to upgrade all the things so that you could be the top of your game. Like, you have to have the top-of-the-line fucking monitor in addition to all the fucking guts in the computer just to, like, you know what I'm saying, have that precision timing.
So...
But I can stream it to I can play on my ultra wide, or I can play on this.
But yeah, but it's not going to be...
I'm picturing myself sitting here right now with a controller, right, looking at that giant fucking television. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get out of this house. I'd never leave. I would DoorDash everything and leave instructions to have them bring it to me and feed me like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, so during the pandemic,
I'm the devil or some shit.
Dude, you're the most evil fuck that I know. You really are. You're like, hey, everybody, my name is Yusef. I'm just such a nice guy. I'm the, hey, I love you. Hey, buddy, hey, guy. God is good. Gabbity, you.
Can't stand that motherfucker.
God,
Kill
fucking
sons of
Do I not heart all of your shits?
No, yeah. And
Every time I post meat, you tell me you hate me and you're going to kill me.
That's because I'm jealous and I see what the fuck you do with your meat. You're a smoker and a brisketer and a fuck you, bro. You like throw that shit in our face.
Bring me a halal brisket. We'll throw
what's
that
this
bitch
our
on.
face? Because I can eat that meat any fucking time I want to.
I just think that he's an evolved man, and when he does that kind of shit, he's doing it to fucking
Liver King.
yeah. Like, I don't like when people post about food, bro. It makes me fucking turn inside.
Okay, so you know what? You are in America, so go be a Methodist.
I told you if you go to Michigan Stadium, they have halal beef jerky now.
Yes.
Which looked really good, but I paid $5 for water, and I was like, I don't want the beef jerky, but I don't want to pay for it.
You could not have that in Ann Arbor. There's too many Muslims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're pretty close.
I got a halal beef jerky with me right here. The turkey snack stick, Sharifa halal.
All right.
The stick you could put in your mouth that won't send you to hell.
So, speaking of joysticks, we're going to go all the way back to the very first, before Atari was in television. I think it was just like I don't believe, and I could be wrong about this, but I think it was just about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It came preloaded with stuff, and that was it. Nothing else.
In television.
It was.
I'll look at. I have so Neo Geo comes out in 1990.
Oh yeah.
In television.
God damn the 80s, bro.
In television, 79.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see that thing.
Oh no, it did have cartridges.
Release dates. Full release, 1980.
That's the year I was born, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what, folks? I'm going to be 42 in 2 weeks.
About to expire soon.
Jaguar CD. 95.
You're about to expire
Jaguar CD
real
was the
soon.
shit.
You know, you keep testing me, motherfucker. You know what's going to happen.
We all got to die someday.
It's going to be real quick for you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Oh, Jaguar was made by Atari. I didn't.
Yes,
know,
it was.
I didn't realize that.
So Atari kept trying to get back into the game. There was that Netflix documentary about what killed Atari, and it was the E.T. game. Did anybody see that? So they're like,
I thought E.T. was creepy when I was a kid. I was like, get that
it's
fucking
still
thing that's glowing ass finger out of my bedroom.
fucking cat turd with eyes and a mouth, bro. So like, E.T. came out for the console. It was kicking ass. It had Pitfall. You know, remember Pitfall? Pitfall. Yep.
Pitfall
Had all
was
these,
hard.
and then E.T. served no purpose. Like the game it made no sense. You would die randomly for no reason. It was just one of the shittiest things that ever happened, and it literally killed Atari. It fucking just. So they had thousands of these games packaged and ready to go, and then when the reception was so terrible and sales dropped, and then Nintendo started cropping up, there was this landfill where they dumped thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and it was thought to be just an urban legend. But then, end of the fucking show, they go to the landfill they think it is, and they start unearthing them. A lot of them were gone, but they were there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, crazy shit. I mean, I don't think it was as many as they had thought, but they started finding them, and like people are standing outside crying, like it was true. Like, what are you crying about, bro? Like that game's the fuck is wrong with you people? So, video games, they kind of turned. I mean, you remember Senate Hill just losing their fucking minds, saying we got to ban video games because it.
Fuck yeah! It promotes violence. That was, I think, GTA. Maybe is where that came from.
And
the wrestling games?
Before Mortal Kombat, it had blood, fatalities.
Yeah.
They were not happy about
Mortal
that
Kombat
at all.
Came out in like what, 92 or some shit?
Early 90s, yeah, crazy times, bro. Like Tipper Gore, that fucking bitch. She was trying to put ban music and shit. That wasn't when you got Dee Snider and fucking John Denver and Frank Zappa sitting next to each other. 3 different fucking walks of music, all saying the same thing. Shut the fuck up.
Trying to infringe on our rights.
Yeah.
My rights.
You know, Yusuf, you would like Frank Zappa.
I would.
Yeah. He has a song called Broken Hearts Are for Assholes. And there's a part in the chorus where he just goes, ram it, ram it, ram it, ram it up your poop chute.
That speaks to me a little bit.
Yeah. Wristwatch, Crisco, Sir Richard Pumpaloaf. These are all parts of that song.
I must YouTube this.
You just look up Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa.
I'll send you some music, and you'll be in your studio, and you'll,
I'll be killing it while I'm listening to it.
Catholic girls. Okay, so I had to take it there. He looks like a midget version of Frank Zappa.
Did you get into Call of Duty at all, Chris?
At first, so when it first got hot with the Call of Duty 2, I think was when it started to get hot, and Halo was still the shit. And that shit came out, and I was killing everybody, and then you got to call in the nuke strike. And I called in Nuke Strike pretty early. I was with a bunch of really good people and went 25-0 and called Nuke Strike, and then never really got into it after that. I was like, this is too easy. Y'all suck. But the same thing happened in Halo when we had the beta version. I got went 25-0, and I remember we were playing on a LAN party, and I went 25-0, killed everybody in a fucking free for all, and everybody was just like, you know what? Let's go do something else tonight, guy. And everybody just quit. I was pretty badass. Y'all can't fuck with me. Y'all can't. I'm the fucking truth.
The truth over here. You heard it first.
Yeah.
So welcome any challenges.
I'm absolutely shocked that Chris had something nice to say about himself. So
now video games are really going into mobile and virtual reality, right?
Oh, Oculus and shit like that?
Virtual reality's never caught on. They've tried it and tried it and tried it, and it always fails. It never catches on.
Because it glitches up the real matrix, and then we are exposed to true reality.
Remember Virtual Boy?
Yeah.
Virtual Boy was horrible.
It was all like a red grid,
It was
right?
red, yeah.
Yeah, you had to sit it still, and you had to sit and stare in the fucker.
Yeah, but
Oh
now...
my God, yeah, actually, I played tennis on that.
Yeah, that was the big one. That was, I think, the best game for it was virtual tennis. Yeah.
We talking all this shit about consoles, but don't forget about the arcades, man. When we were kids, don't forget about dumping $90 in quarters to try to get to the end of Terminator 2.
There is an arcade system that I don't believe you guys have in the States that we have overseas, and we used to call it the sex machine. Do you guys ever have that here?
What? No.
It's called the sex machine, okay? And what it is you got to solve a puzzle to see a naked lady. And
We have those here. They were called Nickelodeons.
Nickelodeons?
Yeah.
Oh, these bitches were everywhere in Lebanon, bro. And if they heard over there, the arcade's called the Flipper. And if anybody heard you were going to the Flipper, bro, that was bad news. You're getting your ass whooped because they know you're going to look at some titties.
If you beat Metroid fast enough, you get to see Samus in her bikini.
Yep.
If you beat it fast, she takes off her helmet. If you beat it quicker, she's in a bikini.
Super Metroid.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, dude, and Lara Croft was...
Oh, shit, that bitch.
Angelina Jolie as Lara Croft's pretty badass.
Yeah. Dude, fucking video game movies never work. They never work.
Yeah.
No.
Do you remember the Super Mario Brothers
Yes, I
movie?
do.
With fucking John Leguizamo
I like
and...
that.
Dude, it was terrible.
No, that's
My
still
dad
with
took
me.
me to see it, and he almost grounded me for making him sit through that thing.
The Ninja Turtles movie, the first one, was good.
Okay, but that comes from a comic book more than any.
Yeah,
you know.
Bro, you don't remember the Goombas dancing on the fucking...
Yes, I do.
That
I
right
do.
there is
I
with
see
me
that every day
forever.
in front of my fucking store. So. Silent Hill was terrible. Those Resident Evil movies were just,
They came out with one. Netflix came out with the last Resident
series?
Evil movie, not the series. That's dog shit. They came out with Welcome to Raccoon City, and that follows the game. I was like, holy shit, they're actually doing it.
Dude, Resident Evil. We totally missed the ball on that one. Resident
Oh
Evil
my
was
God,
fucking
you're right.
great.
That kept me up at night.
Yeah.
I played the second one and the first one on PC. And bro, I would have to play it in the dark, and it kept me up for days. After school, boom, right back on it.
When I would get out of school, my grandmother would be in front of. There was one good color TV in the house, and that's the system was hooked up to because it was a newer TV anyway. And
You had to put the shit on channel 3.
yeah.
Tick, tick,
For,
tick. Dial that bitch.
Well, no, actually, it had the auxiliary cords at this time.
oh, did it?
Oh,
yeah.
shit,
So
okay.
I would run. I would try to get there before her stories, but nope. So she'd watch TV till 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. I'd go upstairs, say I was doing my homework, but I'd sleep so that I could wake up at 8 o'clock, and I'd come downstairs, and I'd play that fucking game until 2 or 3 in the morning, catch a couple hours of Z's, go to school an hour and a half late, tell everybody they're fucking stupid, probably get thrown in the principal's office, and then go home and do it all over again.
You were one of those kids you fucking cuss out every day, weren't you?
Say that again?
I said you were one of those kids that you cuss out every day, aren't you?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Can we talk real quick about
circle.
video games and shit talking? So,
Oh my god!
before, like, video games are competitive, obviously, right? You can play 2-player and shit, and high scores in the arcades and shit, right? Well, okay, before Xbox Live, before there was headphones and there was headsets in some of the computer games, but not mainstream, right? So, when Xbox Connect came out, you would create a virtual LAN.
Yeah.
You'd create a virtual LAN, and you would be playing like Halo, like 4-on-4. When we would play, we would have someone called a DST. We would have a designated shit talker. And the other team would too. And you guys would be in a chat room together, and you would be, so we'd be killing each other, and that's when you started humping bodies, was Halo, right? You started humping bodies and punching their dead bodies and shit. And then the DST would be talking shit, like, we took your flag, motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. And then the other, so you'd have a 5-man team. It'd be 4-on-4, and then the DSTs would be talking shit in the chat room. And then when Xbox Live came out, then they came out with headsets, and then you could talk shit. So, but before that, bro, you had to do your own thing, and they couldn't hear you. So, like, punching their dead body and shooting their dead body and shit. Be like, motherfucker killed me, and then shot my fucking body and humped my head. You know what I mean?
Dude, I was always like little kids on there that were saying shit like, I just fucked your mom. I was like,
All day.
It's vile.
I just
All
filled
day.
your dad's ass with my own piss and cum, you piece of shit. You know, I got
you would
kicked
say
off.
terrible things to each other.
I got kicked off a lot. The worst thing ever, the worst fucking thing ever was, remember you could buy games on Xbox Live? Like old school games?
Yeah.
Well, we had fucking Scrabble, right? Well, just listen to me. Listen to me. This is why I got rid of my Xbox. Well, no, this is why I said I got rid of my Xbox 360, right? But at the time, my wife was unemployed. We weren't married yet, but she was going to school. I just worked a 10-hour shift. I had to leave. Then I went to band practice. And then so I get home at like 9:30 at night, right? I come home, the house is fucking trashed. It stinks in there. And she's sitting on my fucking Xbox. And
The audacity!
she like lowered my rating and my score on fucking Scrabble. I was all fucking day. I was so fucking mad. I packed it all up. I put it in a box, and the next morning when I went to work on my lunch break, I went to Game Traders and sold it all for about a third of the money I spent on all the shit in there. Headsets, controllers, fucking you name it, all of it, games, the hard drive. And she's like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "'Cause I'm fucking working. And you're sitting here, and I gotta fucking make the bread, right? And you're just enjoying your goddamn time lowering my fucking rating. And that's why these kids get on and talk all this shit, you rotten fucker." The reality, I wanted money for Vicodin. So, everybody, have a great Wednesday, and we will see you tomorrow morning.
None of you can beat me in Halo. None of you!
Well, I'll be damned. No, I'm busy tonight, actually.